everyone, this is Mindy and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be creating 3 really quick one-layer cards, but I'm going to step it up a little bit with a really fun inking technique that works great when using ink cubes. The stamp sets that I'm going to be using today is the Positive Greetings stamp set and the Speak Beautiful Things stamp set. I'm bringing out my ink cube tray. Now, this is a tray that I got from OrganizeMore. It keeps all of my ink cubes nice and organized, and of course, I have them in rainbow order. So I am going to pick out a few colors that I want to use on my first card project. I do end up coming back and picking out a few more. Since this card went super quick, I thought I would do a couple more color combinations. To do my stamping, I am picking out this really big paint swoosh image that is off of that stamp set, Speak Beautiful Things. I really love this image and I wanted to do something with it, but it was out of stock. It's finally back in stock at the time of this video. So I'm going to be using that, but I want to create some different colors going down this swoosh. So I'm going to start with my lightest color, which is Wild Dandelion, and I'm inking it up right in the middle of that stamp. I'm starting this one with my lightest color right in the middle because it's going to be easier to build up my color around it. Now, once I inked that up in the middle, I'm going to take a clean paper towel, kind of pinch it up a little bit, and then dab away some of that ink on each end. That's going to help soften the transition between the colors and hopefully not get a harsh ink cube line. I can close the door of my Misti and stamp my image down. Now, there are going to be some kind of stragglers when it comes to this ink throughout that paint swoosh, and that is fine. I think that looks really cool. I wanted to just intensify this color a little bit more, so I made sure that my cardstock is positioned down in that bottom left-hand corner, tucked in there nice, held down with my magnet. I'm going to ink that up again with that Wild Dandelion, dab up some of that ink, and then stamp this down once again. Now, I am using the Gina K Designs layering weight white cardstock that is cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Once I'm happy with that, I am going to clean off my stamp with my tidy towel. I'm also going to rub my hand over it to get away any of that excess water. I don't always show that, but I do it every time I clean my stamp. Now I'm inking up the top portion of this image with Passionate Pink. And once again, I'm taking that paper towel and I'm dabbing away some excess ink. I'm always kind of refolding my paper towel. I'm not using the same spot because I don't want to transfer any of the previous ink that is on there. So I'm going to come in once again and ink that up just to kind of match the intensity that I have with the Wild Dandelion. Dab up that ink once again. You could also use some blending brushes, but I find I get bristle marks when I do that, so I really like doing a soft paper towel. So I will stamp that down, and I love this transition. I have that little bit of orange kind of peeking in when the pink overlaps with the yellow. So I'm going to clean that off again really good. Wipe away that excess water that might be on there, and now this time towards the bottom, I'm coming in with Blue Lagoon. So I ink that up, just kind of I'm tilting my ink pad just a little bit so I'm not getting too much ink on there, dabbing that one end off with that paper towel and stamping this down. So we have this gorgeous rainbow transition going down the front of our swoosh. So after I stamped that, I still kind of wanted to try and incorporate a purple. And I didn't have a lot of room towards the bottom there. I wanted to try and keep some of that blue. So I went up towards the top and inked up that edge. Once again, kind of dabbing up some of that excess ink with the paper towel. Now I think this color is dark lilac. I will have all of the colors I'm using today and the supplies listed down below in the video description. So now we have this really gorgeous transition of color going down our paint swoosh. I had really thought about adding a die cut word to the center, but I didn't want to hide any part of this coloring that I had going on in the background. So I lined up a sentiment off of the Positive Greetings stamp set. There are coordinating dies for these sentiments, which I love, but I really thought just going straight on stamping to that card front would be better. So I inked that up with my Obsidian ink. I'm going to stamp that down, and now I have this word amazing. I'm going to make it a two-part sentiment. So it's going to say, "You are amazing." And I placed that a little bit above where I want that smaller sentiment to go, and then used my Misti ruler to kind of help push that down so it is completely straight. Then I can pick it up with the door of my Misti, remove that Misti ruler, and then ink that up once again in Obsidian ink. Now, I plan on doing teacher cards. I'm giving these to the teachers for the end of the year. My kids are still in school right now, and I thought this would be a great card design. It went really quick to create. So I thought I'll just line these back up, and I'm going to do a few different color variations. If I would have thought ahead, I would have just left everything in place and did them all at once, but I didn't. So I'm just going to bring that swoosh back in. The top color here is going to be key lime. Now, you want to make sure you clean your stamp really, really good because I had pink up there at the top. So I was cutting it really close on making that brown because I didn't clean the stamp very well. So I stamped it twice. So this may not look like key lime, but it is. The second color is going to be Blue Lagoon. So once again, I inked that up. I'm going to dab away any of that excess ink on each side and stamp that down. So this is going to be kind of more of my cool tones card, which would be great to give to any of the guy teachers that my son has. And then my last color here is going to be, I think it was Wild Wisteria. So I'm going to add that down towards the bottom. Now, since I have this here, I'm going to make a warm tones color combination. So I cleaned off my stamp really well, started out with a passionate pink. Then I'm going to come in with a tangerine twist. Now this one I really could have gotten away with just using maybe the passionate pink and the wild dandelion because when they overlap, they're going to get that orange. But I had enough real estate there that I just went ahead and used the three colors. So I brought all those cards back in, stamped the word amazing and you are, and it went just super quick. So there are the three cards that I quickly created. One layer cards. All I need to do is add them to a card base. I think I might actually go back and play with some more color combinations because I have a lot of people to give cards to this year because they really are amazing. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and this really fun inking technique and that you'll give it a try. I'll have all of those supplies listed down below in the video description and over on my blog as well. Thanks so much for joining me today and I'll see you again soon.